Hello, hi. Listen, I wanted to create a personal message and thank you so much for filling out the survey. I really, really appreciate it. Today, I want to share with you the results of the survey just because you filled it out and you should know. So, over 50,000 people filled out this survey, and you're one of them. And the first question related to what's your thoughts and consideration about this change that YouTube has made, partnering with medical organizations like the World Health Organization, which, by the way, is an independent organization. It's not really a government organization. Anyway, the greatest answer to the first question is that people majorly disagreed with this decision, okay? And they thought it was a really bad idea. And they used a lot of other words and adjectives that I won't even talk about, but they didn't like it, okay? That's number one. They don't like medical choosing their health care. They want to choose their own health journey. That was the most important thing to them. And then the next question that I want to talk about is, why is this important? And the answer overwhelmingly was this: so they can have an alternative option. Okay. And when they talked about alternative, they were talking about a natural, non-toxic option. Now, anytime someone is given an option, they're given two or more different things to choose from, right? Well, let's go back to the definition of misinformation, because that was the purpose of this new partnership, was to get rid of misinformation and provide high quality health information, right? To get rid of not just misinformation, but something called medical misinformation, which I had to look that up, and that has a specialized definition. So the definition of medical misinformation is anything that disagrees with medical or the World Health Organization. Based on the survey, people wanted alternative options, but based on the definition of medical misinformation, that's no longer an option. So basically, what they're doing is taking away this other option. They're taking away all your options. They're giving you one thing, because anything else is classified and repositioned as misinformation, which is harmful and dangerous. So that's not even an option. So alternative, natural, non-toxic is not an option given to you. It's brilliant to get rid of the competition. I mean, just by using new definitions and positioning it in a certain way. You go to a restaurant and there's only one thing on the menu, and that's by the World Health Organization. That's all you get. But I want to tell you, based on the survey, that is not what people want. They want alternative options. That's why they're on YouTube searching for natural things. The next point in the survey, I asked, what is considered truthful, trustworthy information? And the answer was a reliable source, someone that has experience. Now, that's actually very interesting, because I agree with that. I mean, the more experience you have in something, the more expert you're going to be. But when you relate this to even to the ketogenic diet, if you search the keto diet, you're going to see health experts at the top, right? It might be a different term, but it says health something. And there's like a series of videos in that section. And this is for pretty much all health topics, right? They're going to have the medical consensus. And these videos are created by people that don't have experience in the topic, especially with keto. In fact, it's kind of negative, right? It's probably a person who did a Google search on keto and then did a video on it. They're ranking. Person like me that has a lot of experience in practice working with tens of thousands of people, if not more, with the ketogenic diet, I have over 900 videos, and it's hard to find any of those videos. So that's just another little side note to think about. If someone has experience in an area, oh my gosh, that is so vitally important in gaining insights on how something is really working. And very unfortunately, they don't consider that point. I don't have any experience in prescribing drugs, so I'm not the expert in that. So leave that to the medical profession. But I do have a lot of experience in natural type remedies, nutrition, keto, but it doesn't align with medical or the World Health Organization. Another interesting phrase that I noticed in reading these health policies is they mention this term health illiteracy. And that's one of the things they're using of why they're implementing this policy, because that means, AKA, you're not smart enough. You don't have the health literacy to make up your own mind. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Which is another brilliant tactic that they can use that makes it sound a lot nicer than calling people stupid. But that's not what people want. People want to make up their own mind. I know as a personal fact that people are smart and they can see through all these things. So I'm not concerned about that. What I am concerned about is the filtering of these alternative viewpoints. It's becoming harder and harder to find correct information. And just as a side note, I did talk to YouTube on the phone. And I was very nice, and they were very nice. And I just basically said, I did a survey, 50,000 people, and overwhelmingly, people did not like this. And they said, well, this is a pilot. We're just experimenting with it. And, there's always these changes in the algorithms, and your view decrease could be from a seasonal change, etc. And I'm like, no, you can just see that the suggested videos have just kind of flatlined. They said, well, thank you. This was so valuable. We'll take this information back to management and see what we can do. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So the question is, what can we do about it? I've been researching a lot of different ways to kind of very nicely fight back and do something about it. And I found this organization that I really, really agree with and I really like. And it's called the Alliance for Natural Health. Okay. And they're in the US and they're also in Europe. And this organization is the largest, and they have achieved a lot of wins in these different battles around the world. And I wanted to align with an organization that can make a difference. And they really are backing this freedom of speech in the health area, and totally agree that one of the most important freedoms is the freedom to have access to alternative natural health options, especially as that relates to creating one's health. And so I'm going to ask you, and I rarely do this, to please donate whatever you can to this organization, because we need resources and we need to have various campaigns and do this in a very effective way. So anything you could donate would be much appreciated. And I want to just thank you in advance for doing that. It's going to be invested in very effective strategic campaigns to make a difference. So please donate. I put the link down below. And I just want to say I really appreciate you and your willingness to help.